Okay, 24-16, Atlanta goes down to Washington. They drop to 3-3. There's a lot of blame to go around. I'm going to start with the coach. I'm not going to go into stats. I'm not going to go into any of that, but I'm going to start with the coach. Some terrible play calling. Why didn't you just take the points and try to go for two when you were down 24-16? Just take the points. Now you're in a rush to try to go for two, so your whole game plan is predicated on, extra stuff that could have been avoided. So some of the play calling was absolutely crazy. It went back to head scratching play calling. And I'm not going to jump on Desmond Ridder. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I already said what I said a couple weeks ago. I felt like this guy was going to be above average quarterback, and some people thought that was the end of the world. But yes, he had a good game last week. This game was actually pretty decent outside of the interceptions, but some of those interceptions were absolutely abysmal. I mean, he threw behind Van Jefferson. He threw one right at the DB in the end zone, and he also threw one. I mean, he basically stared down Bijan Robinson on that last play. So, it's hard to say he had a decent game outside of because of those, but you saw some sort of progression with him. He looked good, especially the first few quarters. He looked pretty good. But I will say, like I said, what you get out of him is exactly what you saw in the last couple of weeks. You're going to get a guy like this. I believe that. I believe that from, the game before the 300-yard game. So, overall, this was pretty much a game that was poor play calling in basically above average to below average QB play. Exactly what Desmond Ridder is. And in some cases, you can start to think that this is what Coach Arthur Smith is. He's going to be that type of coach that give you some head scratches when it comes to play calling. The defense did what they're supposed to do, all things considered. The special teams gave up a large run, which put the defense in a bad spot. And outside of that, you basically put up 17 points this game. You basically gave Washington 17 points. Because if it wasn't for that special teams play, the defense did their job. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. What I know is Atlanta 3-3. The season's not lost. It's not, but I think we're starting to understand after 6 games. We're starting to understand what type of player, what type of coach. Well, we kind of knew the coach, but we kind of know the type of quarterback we got with Desmond Ridder. At this point, if y'all don't believe that, then that's on y'all. I mean, I can't. This is my personal opinion. I believe he's above average. I'm not trying to say that he's trash or he's terrible or anything, but what you got is what you got. And I mean, you can win games with him. It's been proven that you can win games with him. But then again, you're going to have these situations as well. So I don't have much else to say. I think it was really unfortunate that the game went down like this. I really wish we would have just kicked the field goal to make it 24-17. You wouldn't have put so much pressure on the quarterback. But that's what happened. You put too much pressure on him and you saw what happened. So I'm going to get up out of here, man. We're playing the Titans next week. My Georgia Southern Eagles basically wet the bed. Now the Falcons wet the bed. I didn't even realize the Braves got knocked out of the playoffs because I don't follow baseball like that, but I don't know, man. It's a rough week. I mean, at least our football teams can bounce back. We'll see. I'll see y'all on the podcast this week. If you like this content, the like button, share this podcast, or share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm just going to sit back and watch the excuses because I know there are some people out there that's going to try to excuse what happened this week. And there's really no excuse for it. Peace.